Welcome to Soul Talk, where we talk about the angel and the instigator. I'm your host, Alena Chapman. So which will you choose? And I have a co-host, Melinda Engel. She tends to choose the instigator. I tend to try to choose the angel. I usually choose the angel.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're way more light than anything else. So,
Well, I think I am naturally. I don't think I am. People think I am. But I get angry too. I get kind of pissed off at times, if I can say that. I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
I am a human, you know.
But I mean, you still always give people grace, even when you're upset. I've seen it. There's been a couple times I'm like, no, you need to do something about this. And she's like, no.
This is something.
Karma will get them. And I'm like,
no, this is something we should talk about too, because I am of light, and I have been since I was little. And do you know what I find? This is an issue, and I really had to find myself within this, because you know that thing, when you're nice, they take advantage of you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, guys love that. They see someone nice. Oh, she's going to be a pushover. Oh, she's going to fit in with all my bad habits.
Yeah.
They don't say, I don't know if they say that consciously to themselves, but that's what happens. And she'll be easy to maneuver. Oh my God, there you go. Yeah. She's easy to maneuver because she's nice. And I have fought with that forever.
Yeah.
Even in grade school. And I when I got into my teenage years, and even into my 20s and my 30s, I had to really look, and it was a choice. I thought, do I have to be a bitch? Do I have to show the toughness that I have, because I am an extremely strong person?
Yes, you have to.
And do I have to start being that person that is hard on other people? No.
Yes.
Do you guys hear her here? She's like the little devil on my one side.
Yeah. I think that sometimes, that's what it takes. My whole life, I had people treating me like crap until I stopped letting them. You know what I mean? I would just take it and not say anything. And then after my first divorce, it was like a new me was born, and I just don't put up with that. And I don't let anybody talk to me any kind of way. I don't care who it is. It could be Jesus Christ himself who come down to earth and say something to me that was crazy. And I would be like, you're crazy.
Okay, so I got a nickname in the dating world.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, what is it?
Okay, because these guys would think I was nice, or they would try to maneuver me in whatever way. Or I had one guy who insisted on calling me my childhood name instead of because I changed my names, folks. I didn't mean to change my name. It's a long story. That's another episode. But I did change my name to Alena. Actually, Alena was given to me by Spirit. And so... Anyway, tried to call me my old name.
Yeah.
He wanted what was the old one like? The old Alena. And anyway, I had a bunch of guys who they were trying to mold me into what they wanted. I was really fun. I'm really fun.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Absolutely,
I love to have a really good time. I'm really, really fun. And they love that aspect, but they want to mold everything else. Yeah. And so then me, I don't really, it's not that I don't want to argue, because I will, especially for rights of something like women or wolves or something. But I don't want to waste my breath. Yeah. I think we're just going to go around in circles. Why do I want to do that?
Right.
So I just sort of leave.
Yeah.
I leave. And I got the nickname of the assassin.
That's great.
They nicknamed me the assassin.
I need to play you a Taylor Swift song about a girl who leaves.
Is she an assassin too? Did they call her an assassin?
Yes, similar.
It's like it's like behind my back, everybody was saying, oh, don't date her. She's an assassin. She just leaves you. Well, treat me nice, right?
Right.
And I thought, well, it's not that I want to, in a relationship, to start to argue all the time, or to just wears me. I don't
Yeah.
want to be worn.
I know.
Just listen, person. I don't agree with you.
Right.
And so we're either going to have to get together with this or find a middle ground, or I'm just going to not be there. I just don't want to. I'm not going to get up every morning and argue with you.
Right.
I am not going to get up every day but I also don't like the underlying. Sometimes when you don't do that, what I have found is that they will sort of, it always is hanging in the air.
Yeah.
And they start getting bothered by everything because of that.
And that's all comes down to like lack of communication.
That comes down with temper tantrums.
Well, yeah,
That's
I mean,
temper tantrum.
Yeah, I mean, they're acting silly. They could just...
Just state it, and
Yeah.
we'll state it and get it clear, and then get the end of it. That's
Absolutely.
and if we can't get along, then we are not meant to be together. I have a very, I don't have any harsh feelings for them. I just don't think it's worth going around and round in circles. If it's going to go round and round in circles, then we are not meant to be together.
Right.
If you really have a firm way and won't let me have my feelings and my thoughts, and when I express them, you bite my head off, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
That we're not going to last long.
Right.
It's not going to happen. And men think because I'm so nice, they don't take that seriously. And I don't know. I'm very comfortable. I've grown in my spirituality where I do love this person who's causing me grief, if that's, whoever that may be. But on the other hand, I'm very happy in my world. I've created a beautiful little world.
Yeah.
And I love everybody who I bring in. I don't need to have somebody stepping on my boundaries.
Right.
And just testing it and breaking them. And those are boundaries that are my beliefs.
Yeah.
It's not like they're trying to get me to be more free. No, they're breaking some of my fundamental beliefs and telling me I'm wrong all the time. And I am not 21.
Yeah.
I've lived a good life where I've experienced a hell of a lot. And so my beliefs are founded on some things that I have learned from other people and incredible leaders and
your experiences.
Yeah, my experiences. So,
That's like the only way to learn and see things differently is through experience.
Yes.
Because you never know how you would handle something or how to deal with something if you haven't been through it. It's kind of hard to say. It's easy to say all day actually, but it's harder to people say, "Oh, let it go," It's harder to do that than just saying let it go.
Yeah, letting go comes with understanding. Whatever. It's a level of respecting yourself, and it takes a long time, and you are not letting it go for the other person. You're letting it go for you. You care for the other person in whatever way you choose, but you're letting go for you. And I think I just really find it interesting that when we grow in our spirituality, because a lot of us are empaths. You're an empath. You're a medium. You feel things before. You're so funny. I say, I intuitively know.
It's so aggravating though, honestly.
Why?
Because, especially with people, when I meet people, sometimes I can tell their intentions right off the bat.
Right.
And I'll be honest, with Daniel and Steph, my partner, about how certain people feel to me or something, and now he's kind of used to it, but I'll tell him, hey, that kind of bothered me, I don't like that, and he'll be like, oh, I'm sure it wasn't that, and then comes down to it later and that's what it was.
So trusting your feelings.
Yeah,
You got to trust
I
them.
tell people, ever since I was a kid, hey, I get a bad vibe, they'll be like, well, why? And it's like, can you just trust me? I don't want to have to break it down for you, because you'll see it soon enough.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It feels like a curse.
I understand. It's
because
not a curse.
I can't ever go into anything without feeling a certain way about somebody.
That is your warning.
I know it's rough.
No, but it is rough. But oh God, all right. Oh my God, on this podcast. When I was a little girl, when I was little, I had very strong intuitive, and I still do. It's tapered down. Actually, it still happens sometimes. But I would be watching TV, and there was one person who would get on, who was a star, which I will not name, but they would come on, and every time they came on, I would get physically ill. I literally wanted to throw up. Yeah. And it happened with other people that they would come. My parents would have dinner parties, and this one man would come, and I would literally go and hide because I was getting physically ill. And it's really, and one time I told my mother, which was a mistake. She told me I was awful. That is an awful thing to say. Don't ever say that to anyone else. That's just mean. And I thought to myself, but why am I feeling that way? Right. I found out that I sensed people who were really bad. And when I got older, it helped me. I mean, one time when I was walking home from school, I was only 8 or 9, and there was that car that was parked between my house and where I was. Okay? I had to go by this, and I looked at the man, and the scenario wasn't right anyway. He was saying, "Oh, I've got candy in my trunk. Do you want some candy?" And he's standing with his trunk open. It wasn't even that scenario scared me. It was the man. I felt ill.
Yeah, that's not
He
good.
was awful. I just wanted to throw up. He was so bad. And I just backed away, and he said, "But wait." And he took some candy, and he did have candy in his trunk. He wasn't lying.
It's so weird.
But I backed up, and I went to a house on the corner that we used to have, that moms would stay home. They'd leave a little thing in their corner that you could go and stay safe. And I went to Amy's mom's house, and I said, "I think this guy is really bad, and I don't want to go past him." And it turned out that next morning, a girl was dead in the park right across the street. Yeah. So I think that has served me well. I still get that feeling. If I feel that, I know that person is filled with so much darkness. I do not want to be by them. And but I was put down for it for years.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people think they don't feel the same way. So
they're turned off.
Right, and they don't feel those things. And then they kind of look at you because this person
you're an alarmist.
This person might be like, super well known and well liked. But the two things can be true. You can be super well known and well liked and also be a very evil person on the inside.
Oh God, serial killers are the most charming people in the world, right?
Yeah. Some of the meanest people I know are the most charming people.
Yeah, they are. And so learning to trust yourself and somehow, I don't know, I did lose a little bit, but for some reason I kept a lot of the qualities that I had when I was really young. You have too, and I don't think anyone should down us because we feel the energy. We know. And that is, I think that is just a high awareness and understanding. And we can help others with that. And we can also sense a room and either change the energy, or we know not to make that business deal with that person. We know that person's not going to be a good partner in our life, right? We can use these things. I'm certainly not going to go with someone who makes me nauseous, right?
Right. Absolutely.
There's something really bad there. Trusting those, I always see it as a rabbit. Trusting those instincts to know when danger is near is a highly divine feminine aspect of our soul, right? It is the intuitive part, and we've got to honor it, and we don't because we let everybody else say, "Oh, you're so silly."
Yeah,
you really shouldn't. You shouldn't be like that. That's really mean of you. You're the mean one.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. They're like, "Why do you always think everybody's out to get you?" And it's like, I don't think that, but I know when they are. You know what I mean? Like. And does that make me crazy?
This does lead into our question today too, everyone, because it really, when we don't trust ourselves, how are we supposed to trust ourselves going into a relationship? If we do not trust ourselves, and you can be nice, you don't have to be a witch going into a relationship. This is my boundaries. This is what I say. Or you could be.
Some men like that.
Some do. But if You don't go in like that. You can go in being you. Oh my gosh, what a concept.
That's what you should do.
With all your beauty and all your faults and all your just you. And I don't know, if you're not a romantic, it's okay. If you are someone who loves romance, that's great too. Yeah. If you are someone who needs your private time, then keep your private time. And navigating this is all a part of your own self-love. And getting the confidence to do that. I really feel like we have to get our confidence and ourselves together before we offer. Because it seems like people come in and they do seem to, the opposite sex or a partner in life, could be the same sex, I don't care, whichever. But when they come in, they tend to find wherever we're the weakest and then exploit it.
Yeah.
And it's how they exploit it that can be good or bad, right? Yeah. What is the question for today?
Okay. Our letter today is The Silent Struggle. She says, Dear Alena, Angels and Instigators, I don't even know where to start. I've spent so much of my life making myself smaller just to keep the peace. Whether it's in my marriage, my family, or even my friendships, I've always gotten used to holding my tongue, nodding along, and pretending everything is okay, even when it's not. I can't count how many times I've started to speak my truth, only to be ignored, dismissed, or told I was being too sensitive. It's exhausting. I feel like I'm screaming inside, but no one really hears me. And the worst part, I don't know if I even trust my own voice anymore. How do I break free from this? How do I stop speaking up without fear? Without the weight of everyone else's expectations crushing me? Sincerely, tired of being silenced. Yeah.
God, my heart. All right. Yeah. First of all, we really, hon, this is why people come to me. You have been beaten down.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, beaten down. And you are not the only one. By far.
Yeah.
Women have been beaten down. I recently moved, I've been in an area I have never seen so many beaten down women. Ever. I am floored on how many women are beaten down. And I mean, everything has been just taken from them. Their belief in themselves, and that's what's happened to you. Your belief in yourself, your belief in your own convictions, and your belief in who you want to be in this life.
Yeah.
It affects all that. If you're scared to even speak up, you can't even be who you want to be in this life. We got to change that. And I swear, I really think that women are born with more intuitive feeling. I do feel it's part of the nurturing part of us, and the protection part of us. We are more in tune to people and the feelings from them and situations. All that intuitive safety is all part of the nurturing side of the soul. So, and because we're mothers, and even before we're mothers, we have that propensity to judge situations and see things far deeper than other people. And we also don't put material things above the nurturing aspect of ourselves.
Right.
That's a learned trait. That's not a natural trait. So you have been, your whole nurturing and your protective thing has been crushed, because every time you think you feel something, you are told no. And everything is no. Every feeling you have, every opinion you have, every direction you want to take, you are now scared to step forward and do it. You have been crushed. And it takes time. It's got to be, it's reversing. It's really not that hard. I always say it takes time. And I have found with people that I've been amazed, but not by me, but the fortitude of people. I'll start working with people who have incredible self-esteem, incredibly bad self-esteem, or I feel like they're in this behind a wall and not being heard like you, or their anger issues. Sometimes it manifests into incredible anger issues. And I have found that these people are actually, they're so ready that it only takes like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
not years of therapy. It takes 3 weeks to get back into a place where you feel more confident and starting to believe in yourself and like yourself and respect your opinions and respect who you are. But it does take work. I can't give them like, okay, do these 3 things and it'll happen. But I will tell you one way to start.
Well, I think before even
go
doing
ahead.
anything,
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Before even doing anything, I think the most important thing is to ask yourself why you feel that way.
Well, because she's been beaten down. Do you think she needs to
like,
define
I'm
it?
talking about the people around her that make her feel like she can't say anything.
Set the boundary.
You can't talk about something without upsetting someone. Like, who are the people that you have around you that make you feel like you are not in a comfortable enough space to talk about how you feel?
Now, she is going, I'm speaking for you. I probably should not. But what she might, or he, we don't know. This was
Right.
It might be a he. He's have this problem too.
Yeah.
We should say they. I should always say they. But anyway, they're not strong enough to set boundaries right yet. And yes, that has to come down the road, but it comes naturally. It's amazing when you start loving yourself how people start shedding away and they know it.
Yeah.
And they just start shedding away from you. It's like,
And that's when they try to do damage control.
peeling off all the layers of the star that you are.
Like, they see you, like, kind of breaking from that.
They do.
So then, like, it's all about their intent, I guess. Like, is it to keep you on a leash, or is it, you know
It's
what I mean?
control, honey.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, are you going to let them?
Yeah, well, that's a whole, we've got to talk about that at some point. I'll answer this question. Why do people have to control other people? Well, because they do not feel, people who have to control other people who have to mold the situation into forcing you to be something you're not for them, is all a level of control because they don't have it within themselves. They want you to be what they have abandonment issues. They have abandonment issues. They have to mold you into what, so that you'll stay. What does a narcissist do? He makes that whole world all about him.
Yeah, they just suck the fun out of everything.
What they're trying to do is make him or her, whoever the narcissist is the person who is they want your only happiness, your only joy comes from them.
Right.
The ultimate control to be sure that you're going to stay. And it all comes from this abandonment, this emptiness they feel inside.
They don't even do it well. You know what I mean? They breadcrumb you.
Women go for it all the time, and so do other partners. But anyway, for you, my dear, one thing you might want to try is you've got to start registering who you are again. Your beliefs. And it's going to be hard because when you start to write down some of the core things, I want you to write down 3 core things that you want your life to be like. Fundamental beliefs. For instance, I did this with my kids in a really bad time when I wanted to alter the reality because the other reality was really bad. And so I was trying to create a safe zone for my kids. And so I wrote down 3 things, actually 5, but one of them was I wanted them to always feel that home was safe. That's one. Number 2, I wanted them to know that they can always talk about everything and always feel that this was a place that it was non-judgmental. Number 3, I wanted them to always feel that life was an adventure and that together we can always make that adventure possible and it's always to be fun. So I wrote down these 3 core things for my family, but what I want you to write down is 3 core things about your life. How do you want your life to be? Maybe you want to feel like when I get up in the morning and when I speak, I want to be heard.
Yeah.
That would be cool. So then it's going to create an opportunity for you to step in baby steps out and say, I believe whatever.
Or I want.
Or I want whatever. And when you do, every time you do that, you're living that core value in yourself.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you're in the place where you have even lost some of that, this will help you think and define the things that are important for you. And this is something that can change too as you grow. It's really a wonderful, and it's not hard. It's only 3 core things. And if you think that's too many, then do 2. But start to find what you want in your life. That's the very first thing. And every baby step you take will build a strength within you that I'm okay. I can say this and I think somebody's listening. It's actually working. Then if that's working well, then with people who do not listen to you, that's when you can start to say, I don't agree. And then just walk away. I know.
Or
I know, but if you're really weak, just saying I disagree is big.
Yeah.
You know?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
And then you don't even have to leave them hanging. Oh my God, they left you hanging over and over.
Yeah. That's a little instigator in you, I think.
It is.
Because if you're asking me if you feel that way, the way I would handle it would just be to start telling people what I don't like.
Yep.
And say, hey,
and if you're strong enough and you
not
feel
doing
good,
that anymore.
I'm not good.
Hate it for you.
And you can put it in nice ways too. You can say, I'm just not feeling that anymore. I don't want to. I'm not really in that role. And the thing is, you have to be strong enough to take the backlash, because there will be backlash. They'll be saying, well, what do you mean? You're my little sweetie girl, or my little.
Yeah, and then sometimes you just have to get real and be like,
You have to
not
say,
anymore, buddy.
But I am growing now, and I have things I like, and this is where I want to be. And that steps down the road. I think you have to start with the core. You've got to build it within yourself, because you've lost yourself.
Yeah.
It's been beaten down, and it's hiding. It's hiding down way inside of you. And all we have to do is start to open that up so that you can see all the incredibleness that you are. Oh my gosh, a brilliant, beautiful being of light. And I mean, that sounds so poetic and everything, but it's the absolute truth of all creativity, of all problem solving, of all the strength. In fact, we need you. This world needs you to shine. And so what we have to do is we just have to take off the stuff you piled on top of that, and then it will shine. So I would start with the belief and start stepping forward in that. And I'll tell you what, really, hon, my heart just goes to you. I have classes. I have a class on self-love.
Yeah.
And that is going, I cannot believe my one client, when she started, I really could not believe she was, oh my God, she was so into, she was worried about our daughter moving out. She was still agonizing over her.
Just filled with anxiety and
filled
worry.
with worry, anxiety. Everything at work, people at work were saying, where are you? This is not good for work. She was almost losing her job.
Yeah.
And we turned it all around.
She's one of the most positive and confident women
Now.
I've met. Yeah,
Isn't it amazing?
I didn't know her before, so that's all I see now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
nothing like that.
She's great.
And that really check out mysticalsoul.com or PM me. You do not need to be this way. And I really, gosh, my heart. I can't. I just want to help these women.
Just stand up for
and people who are
stand up
and
for what you
everybody.
believe in.
Yeah, but they got to get the strength, and that's where this community can help them.
Yeah,
a safe space to grow.
Absolutely.
But anyway, yeah. So there you go.
Good luck. I hope it helps.
Yeah, if you start with those 3 core things, you'll start to see changes, and that'll give you some confidence, and that's a start. But then reach out.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to stay there. And to stay there is a disservice to yourself. Let's be real.
Yeah. You want to be seen. You want to be heard. Your voice is important. And it matters.
I couldn't have said it better. All right. So today, that is our show pretty much. And yeah, if you are someone who is hiding under a bushel, which a lot of us are, And a lot of us do not believe in ourselves. And a lot of us don't want to shake the boat. Why not? Shake the dumb boat. Shake
Tip it over.
Tip it over.
Light it on fire.
And you don't even have to do it mean. And you don't have to set it on fire. However, in some ways you could. But but just, you are here to really celebrate this life. You don't waste time hiding.
Yes. You
are not here for anyone except your own soul.
Yep.
Now, does that mean we just are mean to everybody else? No, but it means we don't let them trample on us. We don't let them put us down. We are here because we have an incredible mission on this earth. We have been born in this time in particular. Why? Why did we come?
That's right.
Yeah. And right now, the world is chaos. It's so weird. Everything is weird. People are weird. You have to find your light to navigate through and to help others. You will actually help others in shining your light, just shining. And so it's time for us. But we got to take off all the crap that we've layered on there. The things that tell us you can't feel that way, or why do you think that way, or
be quiet.
Or be quiet, or whatever. You got to peel that crap off. And we've got to shine our light. Because right now, it's the light we need in this world. You can't hide it under all that garbage anymore. We need that. As a whole world, we need the light. Right?
Agree, yeah.
I love you all. We love you.
Yes.
Yeah. Whether you're a little bit of Instigator isn't so bad. A little bit of Angel helps a lot.
Yeah.
And putting them together makes us who we are. Right? Live in peace and believe in yourself. And I'll tell you, just send us a message if you don't, but do your best to start to believe in you, because you are the most powerful being, and it's time you knew it.
Yeah.
Namaste, everyone.